Alright everybody, welcome to D for Play. This is Epiousios. Oh, it almost became a newest. You know, this is very hot. We have 78 degrees in here right now. It's just 80 degrees. I'll tell you what. At my mother's place in Lucerne. It's just about to reach 100. It's supposed to go to over 100 tomorrow. For those of you who enjoy 100-degree weather, may the Lord bless you. As you can see, the weather here is very nice. We have catnap. We have the mothership. If y'all don't know what the mothership is, this is Reeds. There are people up there. Maybe it's my cooking. Anyway, I have just torn down my place. Why? Why'd you do that? Well, because there's something going on. I've had some fun, and while I'm reducing my footprint in Arcadia down to 2 grace plots. See how I work with that. Just to motivate myself to plug in here. Plus, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. So, here today on Epiousios, we're going to talk a little bit about what happens when you are the center plot. It's just you. And, you know, what does that mean to you? Do you see how many different ways these are pulled? And that's what we'll be bringing up. Because a lot of people were talking about, you know, how plots work. And maybe they don't see many combinations, or they only have one. And, you know, well, this is an opportunity before these expire. Because I'm letting these run out. They used to be over and Maremna. But I moved them here and just set them up for this. So, welcome to Epiousios. Be right back after the intro. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Come on, Catnap. We can do it. What? Here we go. Alright, I can play all the things. I think I had that too loud. We'll have to adjust things. OBS is very interesting. But here we are. Thank you for joining me. You can turn your volume back up or volume back down. Not sure how my voice is always so loud. I turn things down. We have things. I listen to my own videos and I'm like, it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Oh, maybe I should just plug in Audacity, but you know, that's later. So here we are. In Arcadia. What's the big deal about being in Arcadia? Do you know how many people I've seen log in this zone? None. Well, could they be? Could it just be a slow day? Well, it is a Sunday. Right? It is a Sunday. And while I do not weekly do any kind of what the devs have done, I do the newest when the devs do something, or when I believe something must be done. And Epiousios is my daily lore. Daily lore, right. We have a lot of things we do in Pax Dei. I guess you could base yourself on the lore Mainframe has written. If you know it. If you know it, Timmy. You guys want out? Music, Leroy. So, as you go through Pax Dei, once again, you may wonder who you are. You are you. Deep for Play, Mr. Bender, you have Catnap and 6 others. Correct. Well, you might just have one. Maybe you have an alternative, right? I could boot it. Oh, I am going to be booting off to the lobby as soon as I do this. because I am done here for the day. I do not feel like doing any more, but we're going to do that right now. Ooh, let's go back. Let's go back. Did you see what I saw? Do you see what I saw? Where is it? 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 Do it there. Before building your perfect home, you need to place a plot, of course. The plot will consume 1 token, of course. Granting you 30 days, of course. Get a plot subscription to keep it active. But we're looking at Grace. This is a Grace plot. I have 38 days left on it. How did you do that? That's amazing. For those of you who don't know, you can add to your Grace plot once it's at 29 days. Alternatively, you can use an amount of Grace instead of consuming a token. Only 1 plot at a time can be fueled, as they put it, with Grace. Grace plots are not eligible for auto renewal. And if I was at 29 days, I could renew it because I have over 400 Grace right now. Well, aren't you cutting it pretty close, Mr. Catnap? Well, as you can see, I do not tune in enough. I mean, I'm quite far apart. Wednesday, just the other day, maybe it was last night, and 8 p.m. as it came around. I've got a whole bunch of stuff in my redeeming queue that I'll have to deal with and stuff like that, and I'm rebuilding a place. And I'm knocked it all down to 1 Grace plot. I knocked Gerrit down to 1 Grace plot, and so we go. There's the information on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to release it. Why would you do that? Well, what is this? A little bit of performance art. Because while I don't have a plot on hand, there's been certain problems about reconnecting your plot. Yeah, you're going to have a big problem now, aren't you? Maybe. You have no token. You cannot use Grace on a plot that has over so much left. So, did I ever... There you go. Okay. Ever since the beginning, we used to get little pictures up here when we laid down our plots. If you had more of a water side, you'd get just 1 universal picture of a water side. If you had one that was not a water side, you get pretty much a universal picture of a mountain side. And if you had 4 plots, you had 4 of them. If you had a ton of plots, you had a ton of them. And every time it would have to whirl around. And sometimes when you do something, you need to whirl around. Right? So let's have a look at this. What has happened? Oh dear. The reason this is important because I can see my other plots. My Gerrit, you're right. Look at that mess. What are you to do? What are you to do? You know, you have this space in here and now you have to grab it again. And this is what a lot of people deal with the challenge when their plot expires. Maybe sometimes they have a hard time placing another plot over it because the constraints are too tight. You might need to negotiate with your friend. Now, there is a thing when your Grace plot is about to expire, as long as it's under 29 days, can you not extend it with a token worth 30 days? Then, in 59 days, then, you could earn enough Grace to make it a Grace plot again. I have done that before. And I've heard it as a suggestion to those who are having troubles, but I've also heard it as something those people having troubles cannot do. So, plots are something you need to get comfortable with. Picking them up, putting them down, not having any issue with picking them up and putting them down. There's a big thing. The issue with picking them up and putting them down. I'm coming back here a little. Gerrits will cover me, but I want a little bit. Do I want a little bit more water? Do I want, you know what? No, not really. Not that much. I want to be able to overhang. You know what I mean? Just overhang a little. Just a happy little tree with Bob Ross. Just a happy little circle. Nothing heretical. Interesting. What am I... Okay, I'm losing my... You know... Okay, I want to lose Gerrit's plot. The only one I'm really interested in is that bridge up there. Truly. Leroy's having a good old time. Better watch that catnap. Catnip. Same thing. Go down here. When you're on a hill, you might notice the drop from like a surface like that cliff. Coming out of the other direction will often... Okay, I have... pieces and things like that. It will give you a different approach. As it snaps out, but it doesn't snap uphill like it was before, giving me nearly... Oh, come on, grab the ears. It is going to do it, right? It's going to do it. I want more room for an overhang. Did it do it? Too bad we don't have classic English lettering. Really, our fonts in games should be nice. They should. And it shouldn't say... Well, it could say cat naps. I would rather you remove the possessive. Because if you have a clan... I think it's understandable. What do we get out of that? Now, of course, I am not covering a space. Well, that's actually nice. Nice. Okay, some things are going to disappear. And I'm going to have Gerrit come in. I'm destroying all this. I'm giving myself a much smaller footprint as far as a place, too. Because I'm moving up in tiers as far as construction material with Catnap. Yeah, soon enough. Not soon enough, really. Dang it. Let's get a box. We need a box. Mr. Knapp. Come on. Personally, I really have been wanting to change this place because I've had a place in mind. I do research. Oh, joy. What a nerd. I do research, and I look up... Well, I've said it before. In Scotland, there's a... Well, I want to say like 1,500... Well, castles, stone structures, keeps. Well, but okay, now, they're not like big darn things. They're dwellings that people used. And many of them are still living today. Not a lot of them, but many. Right? Now, you have old Roman fortifications and stuff like that. But while those are remarkable, you would like to remark upon them, that is. It's not what I'm talking about. Hold it. We need some. Did you notice they finally let us make... Okay. Poor man's wood. The reed can be gathered in all biomes near water. They're finally letting us use that for straw, which was flax before. Which is a bit strange. Well, I think it's strange. 6. Must be efficient. Alright, anyway, this is very exciting. So, all I'm doing is destroying the rest. Took me an hour to get this darn thatch right. Darn geese. It's all because of the geese. I'm moving my building over so I do not have the geese screaming at me. No. Well, maybe that... Yeah, I think it will be a result, though. Actually, they're over the hill all, doing their thing. Geese thing. The goose thing. Come on, get them before they destroy. That's the game. You have to get them... Oh, come on. Get them before they fade. They go back into your inventory. At first, I don't... I have played a few games. I cannot remember if Myth of Empires went back into your inventory when you destroyed things, or there was something different. I can't quite remember. Maybe you got a partial bit. Maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe. Maybe I was joking when I said I would be walking out on you. Maybe. Maybe you were joking when you said that you were walking out on me. Maybe. Uh-huh. I could be wrong, so wrong. But for people who never listen to the full album, I'm here for you. But I like the full albums. In fact, I really don't even know music by name. I just know the album. Because listening to a song alone, without the rest of the structure, I don't listen to best ofs. Nope. Live albums, you know, are a broken flow. I know. I'm such a prude. We got you. We got you. Should I keep the water? That's always a thing, isn't it? Keep the water. No. Okay. Oh, you didn't keep the water. It's not real. I know I do such nice things. Nice. See, I got plenty of water. Oy vey. Alright, so let's whack these. How much do these give you? Yeah, okay, so they should stack. Oh, the kits. Oh, it's always the kits. These bee kits have been the thing, haven't they? We've thrown them in piles all over the woods. You can even get stuck. I've only used the unstuck button for one thing, and it's because I threw out, well, just for fun, never mind. That's the only time I've used it. You. Maybe I was joking when I said I'd be walking out on you. I would have to look at the words. Maybe. Now this little structure is going to be, yeah, I'm going to have to change its height. I'll have to change a few things about it. That's right. I got to make a little blacksmithing shop. Yes. We got a nest, don't we? I'm glad it's not an insect game where you get to West. Entomology. The entomology Epiousios. I am putting my thing. It's already full. Maybe I was joking. I forgot how much stone you needed for that. Must be this much. Don't need it on me anyway. And everything else is full. We're just putting it away. We're just putting it away. Put it away, put it away, put it away now. We have more to put away. So I need to put these away. I have 3 more kits. The straw might stack. What do you want, music? I want things. You owe me. I don't owe you anything. Stop. Wow, okay. And I just put them there too. I'm like, why do I have bee kits? Why did I do that to myself? Oh, my pretty plants. Are you wondering what to keep? Look what I keep. I don't keep that much. I don't keep that much at all. And there's the second subject of the night. Should there be PRIM limits? PRIM what? Okay. Everything here, well, let's just say they have a PRIM value. Have I talked about this before? These chests and all, they look like they are. That's just texture over a shape. The thing is, when they put a layer around it that you cannot see called an alpha, it makes it so you can climb over it. Other things, when they're missing their alpha, you fall through it. Or it's missing the location of that. Alphas are very important. All the objects you make in a studio, you can walk right through until you apply this clear layer. Oh, it might have a better name or a different name. Don't worry about it. That's, it's neither here nor there. But it's the solid layer you work on. It's this ground you work on. When you go under the ground, it's single directional. Woo! There's my plot. You see? There's no ground texture. You can see across the way there's a ground texture. It's one way. Well, okay, have you ever been inside your avatar's head and you can see its eyeballs and tongue and teeth and all that stuff? But you can see outside of it, like the rest of it isn't there. That's to avoid, certain issues with the camera. But otherwise, there you go. Can you go inside the boulders? Now, boulders are mesh objects. Ooh, see, they kind of disappear, don't they? They just disappear. Isn't that so exciting? You can see the blips and the shapes of its edges. Little green splatters around there you can see on the surface. But sure, right? Ooh, there you go. So, everything they put in world has a prim count. Let's just say the prim count of this wall right there is 2. 2, right? Just this, a single wall piece. 2. So 2, 4, 6. Well, okay, there's a little wall piece here, but you're not going to get a 1 out of it. In fact, the wall, a large wall like these, might be worth 3. A half wall might be worth 2. A single little wall might be worth 1. Let's just do an average, since most of these are large walls. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38. So that's, 38 prims, 40 prims if I missed one. And then you have the rest of these objects and what they are. 40, 80, all these little baskets and everything, of course. Ooh, that's going to pump you up to maybe 200 right there. And this little bridge, that'll wrap you up easily to 250. Sure. Now, if you've paid per month, go ahead and check out the price per month at, I think it's 150 square meters. I can't remember. It's a limited square meters for your single basic plot. You gotta let music out. Cat's gone wild. It is too warm. They're staying out all night. And it's foggy, so they really enjoy that too. I'm here in the dark, so the screen's so darn bright. And just keeping it nice and dim and everything like that. Prim count. So right. Old thing. A lot of you may have heard of it. Second Life. For each piece of property you held, 105 square meters. I think it was. So if you get 2 of them, you got 210. Or if you can get 3, you can get 333, or you can get 10,000. You really, as long as there was land available, you could secure it from the Lindens or the previous holder. And that's how people make money in Second Life. Swapping and trading land, building buildings on land, and renting it to people who just want to spend time in Second Life. It was a big deal, renting property. A very big deal. So, right now, I'm not sure how big these plots are. If we look at the blocks and say, well, that's a meter. And you see that square I've made with each meter, you can say that's a square meter. Just for, fits and shiggles. So maybe we have, we can see we have 3 right there. We look at the rest of the estimate and we go, well, excuse me, 6, so 12. Quickly, you can kind of see the image of the back, we could double that to 24. And we could probably fit in the circle, I don't know, maybe up to 32, 36 squares. Sometimes I'll have to try that. And some of you who have put silos together and all that stuff have figured it out. Oh, wish. Sorry about that, folks. Very fast mouse. So, there we go. I have things out of order. Oh dear. Anyway, now I'm small. So, as we deal with these spaces that we all have, and we increase them, and we have these margins, there's little rules we have. Now, having the margin was pretty much just to give us space. It wasn't really for us to use. Or, well, at least it's not returned to our redeeming queue. And our redeeming queue has a maximum amount. Mine has been severely decreased because I took a bunch of stuff out of it. Just earlier, this whole area was full. So you do reach a maximum capacity. When you see these people knocking down large warehouses by letting them expire, they're most likely filling this capacity. They're filling it up, and then they're putting it in storage. Now, you might see these storage cases explode on a neighbor's property whose building is going down. And you might say to yourself, well, the neighborhood will run better now that that very large building isn't around. Well, no. Not at all, in fact. In fact, if we have our facts correct, our buildings, once they're assembled and we're not in construction mode, they are more so a solid mesh than anything else. They are no longer individual pieces. This is something that Mainframe explained, and I've heard explained before that, yeah, once you get out of building mode, swapping to and from building mode is actually a big event. But these pieces are just seen as together. I have a hammer out, so it's in building mode. You put the hammer away, voila, it's not considered individual objects anymore. That might be a little bit far out. And it is. So the PRIM count comes into place, and I just told you, looking at about what I have, that would max out, easily max out, 2 regular purchases of land, maybe 250 square meters, because the prims don't go up that much. In fact, there's areas in Second Life that give you double prims. They were on maps that had improved servers. Years later. So, what does this have to do with Pax Dei? Well, the plot system in Pax Dei did not come with Unreal Engine. In fact, they might have written it themselves at Mainframe. Well, I don't know if there's a plugin or not, but it isn't made to have it. That's what Spire said. So that's what's true, until Spire says something different. That's how I roll. Water. We gotta get out of here. We gotta get, oh man, out of this place. It is the last thing we ever do. Alright, we can handle that. Now, I've left everything private, so I'll be back here. But I'm going to go to Selene with Gerrit. Just because. We're good. Let's double check. I'm very glad they have the free cam in this, and they didn't get rid of it all when they got rid of it in the PvP. Looks good. It looks good. Gerritina's all going to disappear, and we'll adjust it after that. Except that laughing lioness one right there. And we'll adjust the plots. We will. To make sure things don't disappear. I'll be back tonight. Now, those of you who have never swapped in and out of things before, I'll log out. Well, nah, cancel that. I will exit the game. Yes, exit that game. And I will exit immediately, and I will risk losing all down here. I would show you all my Steam loveliness, but I like to keep it where it is so it doesn't get in my way. Ooh. 1,138 hours, 37.7. Now you just go to game versions and betas to swatch over. If any of you are new with Pax Dei, ooh, it's so dark. If any of you are new with Pax Dei, try out the test server. It's just more money. You get your own grace there. You get your own achievements there. The rewards, which we're going to look at. If I go back to... Catnap has a bunch, but it's not fair showing off those. Let's change accounts. Steam is getting funky. They ask you twice now. You can do it. Just in case you guys can read my mind. If you ever want to look up Gerrit, just look Gerrit. It has benders. That will tip you off to who you are looking at. And you can friend her, and you can friend anybody else. Of course, it's Twist of Candy. I had to change her name because somebody else got Twist of Candy, which kind of blew my mind. But great thinkers think alike. Also, Lagerta's very popular. Nothing. There's a lot of Gerritinas on Steam. It's a female name. It really is. It's not Gerrit. Well, I guess it is too. 239 hours for Gerrit. Yes. Yes, right. So, some of you might have noticed, though, how long it takes structural objects to become solid in reefs and other large city developments. While some people are saying Selene is running very smoothly because, you know, I have not yet. They have built up areas. In fact, I'm in one. Here we are now. Delosa. Ooh. We should make Columbia a state. Did I say that? Hello, Gerrit. The bloom. Yes, it's that server adjusting to what time it is when it launches in. I gotta redo my charcoal. It's gonna be cool. With every building I do, I have a thought. If you're not into building, come on, just stare, hold down the control key, F around with the positions, have fun, look at what other people do. Soon we'll have alliances, and instead of bounty hunters as a third-party thing offline, why don't we do it online? Why doesn't Mainframe come up with a legal system? Really? You know, where, well, what are we doing wrong? What would be breaking the law in Pax Dei? Well, if you do this bounty hunter system where someone just puts a bounty on you, you have no idea. You don't even know why. I mean, they don't have to tell you. They could just do it. And then some person's hunting you down from an offline site. And you have to visit that site and participate in that site and become one of the, consumers that person running that site gets to count as a participant. Trying to find out what is going on. I personally don't care. And I wouldn't. I've dealt with this sort of thing before. Grieving is as old as video gaming. Actually, it's much older than that. Isn't it? And that's what it turns into. Because you just get those kinds of people. Now, Star Citizen did it very well because they could keep track of laws being broken in game. But that means laws had to be made. Something Mainframe hasn't done. And the problem with a social sandbox, when they just use AI guardrails in the chat, so they already killed the truth. We already go, the Newspeak dictionary. If you don't know what the Newspeak dictionary, double plus good, brother, right? Yeah, that's what we're looking at here with, the Scandinavian way of organizing freedom, putting AI in chat. Because AI in chat doesn't work. It blocks words like coconut-laden swallow. It blocks swallow. But anybody just talking junk, it doesn't care. If you say the tracking in Myth of Empires was chaos, it'll tell you, well, that's toxic, and I'm blocking it. It doesn't make any sense, but you can see all sorts of toxicity, innuendo, and other stuff going on in the chat where you're like, well, but AI doesn't get innuendo, doesn't get, sexual harassment, or people using perverse language, or applauding bad behavior, applauding others who commit, deceptive acts, right? All these things. AI doesn't recognize that. But if you say coconut-laden swallow, it says, hey, you're not putting swallow anywhere near me, buddy. It's like, what? What? Whatever. That is like, I mean, why? Why in the heck? Okay. We need some berries. We need... Oh my goodness. Where are we? I know it. Skills. Are we out of lights yet? Almost. Almost. Onto the mediums. No, not the heavy. The mediums. Look, you got... Okay. I don't know a game where you can just put everything on first. Unless it's just an arcade game. And it might strike somebody as like, yeah, I gotta earn up to level 10. Well, yeah, going out and beating a bunch of boars. Now we can shoot birds. It's really cool. Did everybody see the patch notes on that? Yeah, maybe I'll do a newest and do a review of the R47. Okay, so Pax Dei XM did it with his AI cartoon, and all the guys, with Robin sounding like a fool. It's unfortunate. Or being the one who has to cow down to everybody. That's interesting. And it almost had continuity and made sense. AI is tough to work with, though, so I've seen. I don't do it myself. Swords. Oh, my goodness, swords. Gerrit, let's get this. Now, do we have arrows? Arrows, Gerrit. Grab some berries. Some berries. Well, yeah, sure, I guess you can make it all about building a castle, because it seems like some people did that. But believe me, to get all those stone walls, that took a lot of effort. Well, hey, I don't care how wonderful or bad it looks. It took a lot of effort. They had to get out here and do all this silly stuff you're doing. If they had to pound stone, they had to pound rock, they had to melt sand. They had to build these little stone planters. Aren't they nice? You start out with these silly-looking walls, just so people aren't staring at your stuff. You can work very hard and stack up a bunch of stone like that. Or up there and be a little bit more creative. Someone in chat the other day was saying, my home valley, I moved to it so I could move away from all the industrialists, right? And so they said, well, okay, so I guess the industrialists are here. I should be able to build a little place over here. And they did. And some person said, oh, you're here? What a nice little place you have. You want to friend me? I'm going to build chaos. That's tough. You see, Pax Dei is a game of beauty. And not most people aren't used to that. And there goes the empathy, doesn't it? I mean, really, this person is building this massive thing. It's going to have walls and all sorts of stuff going on there. They're really going for it. And I pray it just goes great for them, really. I mean, really, because it's very cool. Well, what? You said people don't all have castles. No, they don't. So don't feel like you have to. That's all. If you want to, go for it. I mean, really. Boop. Furnace just appeared. But sometimes you get a place that's kind of like crazy whack funky, and it's like right across from you. Like here's a wonderful person. Let's go down here and make fun of somebody. Oh yeah, I'm vicious. Gerritina. She likes to tour. She likes to tour because there's some people who work so hard, and there's some people who don't work hard at all. There's like, oh, screw that. And, well, okay, well, what do you complain? Well, go next to other people who don't care. I mean, really, have the empathy to say, well, I'm just going to build a big pile up. Costco, Home Depot, you know, Goodwill, thrift store, all in one place. All in one building. I mean, this guy's stuff is getting bigger and bigger. Bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, so I don't mind. The Laughing Lioness isn't exactly going to be a small place. You're seeing its footprint right there. Come on. Were you just... There's 3 right here? Cool. There's one over there, too. But there's birds. We have to watch those birds. Now, the boars, you can see, give you 35 XP. When were they giving me 23? And why is the difference? Okay, these peasant over here. And then I get the boar right after them. If they're still here. Why don't I see them? Let's go. They aren't there. But you are. This boar, if you don't nail him, he does this sea walk around the place. How close are we? Oh, dang it. I forgot to check when they pop up, didn't I? Yes. 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 So close. Let's go get more things. Gotta pick up some berries, Gerrit, so you have stamina. Now, sure, there's many comparisons. In fact, I will repeat, there are PAX Dei competitors coming up that may, you know, well, I guess I don't want to promote any. Well, no, I'm saying I want to do a comparison. But the thing is, they're full of spit. They're just promising stuff. Well, you've been telling us that that's what Mainframe did. Well, yeah, I think Mainframe got a little bit over their skis when it came to getting PAX Dei to be PAX Dei. What? Dude, I'm serious. They saw potential. They saw potential. And there's the big man himself, Valerius. Huh? I should say hi. But I want to go get these boar before he gets them. Aha! Come here. You. He's got those big walls. I need boars. So, there's usually 3 or so here. Maybe he nabbed them. Valerius. But that's a person with a lot of investment. A lot of investment in PAX Dei. No, I'm not going to bother him. Oh, there he is. We got ducks and everything like that. I'll go this way. So, because I'm hunting through the woods, man, and I know there's plenty. There's plenty. There's plenty. And I don't want to disturb birds that he... Okay, if he's hunting for birds, right, and I start walking through birds, and I'm not really hunting them, I'm a bummer. So I got to pay attention. Pay attention for those pheasant. Hunt them if I see them. Don't waste them, you know. If you were hunting for birds and you just saw someone running around and all the birds were flying away, how would you feel? You'd be like, hey, hey, hey. That's not empathy. That's not empathetic. Some people are more empathetic than others. Some people actually lack it completely, or have used it, learned to use it to lure prey in. You know, either acting wounded or love bombing, right? You know, oh, you're great, you're wonderful, this is great, you're wonderful. Give me all you have. Give me all. I don't want the world, I only want your half. That sort of business. I saw you moving. There you go. They love Gerrit. Kill them as fast as you want. You know, slay them, vanquish them as fast as you want. I don't think you earn any more experience for striking them more. Unless you want to talk about that, I can look at it closer. I've been looking at it off and on for quite a while, and it's like, no. Taking my time, getting more shield bops. I used to think before that the more shield bops you got in, the better things went as far as getting experience. Well, maybe something changed. Or I was just completely incorrect the whole time, which is also valid. It could happen. I mean, why wouldn't you get more experience? Well, no. It seems, well, okay, things were different. Things were different, and we can't go back. I can't even demonstrate. Someone would have to remember. And then I'd still wonder if there weren't a lot of people who remembered. There. Go. You. Oh, dang it. Should have shot the other way. Yes. Okay, so the fun is, how much experience did I get from those guys? Darn it, I forgot to look. Getting 2 is just a prize. Out on these lawns, you can see them much better. Of course, in the grasses, you can see them fly away. There they are. Let's go. Look for the last one to show. You. Level up. Hand spears. 123. Woo! That is more than 3 boars, folks. That is more. That's nearly 4, but of course, less. Now, as far as I'm concerned, before, okay, we could go out. Foxes attacked us, and nice trade, you darn dirty. And badgers attacked us. When you were doing your corpse run, you could get taken out by a fox or a badger real quick, especially if they caught you in the grass and you couldn't quite see them. Rabbits did not attack you, though that would have been funny. So we lost things that attacked us around the home valley. We were just down to boars. I've taken hits from deer, but not lately. You used to be able to take hits from deer. If you ran up on them and punched them, especially in the early pointy stick days, because that, well, never mind. It would happen. You could punch out a deer. You could punch out a stag. Well, they stand there in the road, and it was just very tempting. Looking for them pheasant. Yes. Gorgeous amount of points. Watch for the one that go last. Yeah, they all went. You see how they all went? Dang it. Now there's a dozen different types of birds. We were bringing up the... I was bringing up the coconut-laden swallows because that would have been a good 13th bird. African or European, I'll let Mainframe decide. They might go with European, right? Isn't it? We do have a European game. Sorry, Africa. Actually, if you just want to play an African simulator, play Kenshi. Oh, I'm serious. It's so hot you hear the dirt bikers go by late. Yeah, it's pretty hot. Oats. Why am I not grabbing oats? Pheasants. I'm hoping to lose one. Because... well, I'm going with... okay, if someone's going to make an AI video with this long list of what they want, telling Mainframe, good job, now work. I'm not going to say any of it's invalid. I can't think of something invalid. Yeah, you know, no, I didn't have any granite. But if it was at blurry textures, man, well, shoot. It takes a lot of effort to get granite. Or I'd have it already. I had it before. But only in my hand, so to speak. Don't get any garlic. You see the guy with the video controller who gets his girlfriend to react to things, and she's sitting there in a future episode going, you know, chicken or hamburger, and he turns on his controller and it goes beep, and she's like, I'll do chicken. Because the episode before, she's like, oh, I gotta get ready to go, and she's like getting ready, and she's like, oh, it'll take forever, and I gotta do this, and I gotta do that, it's gonna take forever, it's gonna take forever. He turns on the controller, beep, and she's right on the couch, ready to go. I'm ready. But when she's doing the grocery list, he's in the car, and she's like, why do you have that in the car? Oh, yeah. Figuring something out. Now, personally, I say, even if Rockstar takes on a PAX Dei, unless they're already working on it, we'll see in 10 years. What do you mean? Mainframe didn't take 10 years? Well, they have been working on it since 23, somewhere around there, you know, give or take, whatever. And we're still going. And everybody thinks it's still not complete. Everybody. Because it's not. They're moving forward. They're adding things. They're not. They know. Oh, there you are. They know it's not complete. They're all gonna. Oh, dang it. I'm gonna whip out the arrows. I am. Why this? It's good with the spear. It's so nice. There. It's so nice with the spear. You can also punch him out too, but that's better with the keys. Going away from me. There. Oh! So, I play solo. Well, why don't you join a clan? Because I'm doing uploads and not keeping up with the clan. And there it comes. You do have to keep up with the clan. They want you to grow. I bet you. They want you to grow. You're lucky. They want you to be able to go with them. Their ultimate goal may be Lioness with a shrine and getting enough clan members to hold a shrine and go out there and grab Mornwood and get into that action, you know? Because that's a lot of action. And if that would be a goal of yours, that's a good goal. But it takes a bit of work. As a soloist, we used to be able to negotiate the dungeons. That could probably be a very hairy experience now, I would think, after watching how the dungeons are now. And when it comes to soloing dungeons, maybe the wolf caves? Oh, speaking of, I have to go out and get some Veil Stalkers and see if they drop some darn teeth. Gerritina has to go out and smoke Inquisitors. But you kind of want to be up higher in leather, don't you? I could experiment with that. See what's happened. See if they've been nerfed a little. I need to get closer. Why? Because I want to hit 2. Dang it. Dang it. What the... on. These are flint arrows. Dang it. No one flew toward me. Was there only a couple? Was it a couple? A loving mating couple that I broke up? Well, it cost me a lot of arrows. Look at the rest. They're all right here by the goose. They're on the ground there. One just disappeared from the ground. There's two more right there. And there's two up there from where the other goose was. I mean, well, at least I know I'm not crazy off. Horseshoes and hand grenades, right? Horseshoes and hand grenades. They must be up the hill. So I want to check the belly, see if I find any pheasant. Now, why the pheasant? They do give you more. I wasn't... There they are. They give you more. But they jump around a lot. Any my way? Oh, they hung out longer than I expected. Dang it! Oh. Tree deserved it. Where are you guys? Up the hill? Now, when you do take shots, there they are. It is difficult to keep track. You kind of forget which one you hit and which one you didn't. You kind of forget where they were, too. It's one of the few times I zoom out. That's a rock. It's a nice rock. For a moment there's a blood... There he is. Or she is. Could be. For a moment there's a blood stain on him. But that doesn't last very long. I don't know what that dot means. Wow. So, why waste an arrow? Well, it's not really a waste, just to see its travel on the aim you pick. You'll eventually just get closer and closer. Wasn't it a waste? I mean, really. Difficult things to get. I mean, flint is not one. In fact, they just increased the amount of flint that's available, which was very surprising to me. That was not even a duck I was shooting at. It's a... Never mind. Well, okay, so because beyond them. It might have been a duck or a goose, excuse me. 2. Sometimes one of the ones you down can disappear. Now someone was building a big resort up and down this river line. Looks different on the other side. There's a pig. Oh well, might as well get you. Right behind the shoulder there. Very good shot. That pig's gonna get interested. Now, I'm not going through these as fast as you'd think. Now, I said, put a couple arrows into the boar. I just don't think that helps. No, it's not that. Everybody figure out how to use wood arrows first if you make them. Just in case you hadn't heard. Left to right. Just like you use crafting resources. What's on the left will be consumed and it will go along. Right? So we're going to put the wood arrows before the flint. And fire out our Bambi friend over here. Do you have two of you or just one of you? There's two. So that's a wood arrow. Come on back, Bambi 2. They're twins. Twin Bambis. The return is taking longer, is it not? And really, if I had to pursue them a bit and see if they got tired and slowed down a ways later, that could be interesting. Might be hard to work out with other groups around. You might trigger everybody. And there you go, a flint arrow used next. So, anywhere in your inventory, this is the cause. Well, left or right. And therefore above and below. Yes, I did mark some archery spots around here. And you might think, why didn't you hunt during the daytime? Because it wasn't daytime when I started hunting. Good stuff. 35 XP. Almost there. Of course, you're off and ahead in that default tunic, or, well, I guess your jerkin or jersey is leather. Where are you, dear? Now around here are pheasant. Where are you, hopping happy little feathered buggers? I'm surprised we don't get meat out of them. A deer there, a deer up there. I really like night ops because you get just the movements and the animation. A friend takes off. Oh wait, there's a stag over here. And you know how big they are, you know? Right? That was an angle shot. Where's your friend, my dear? There. Maybe a little bit too easy. Maybe. Besides the large, rough animal hides, which of course give you more. You need that suet. Thought it was a stag. Looks like a stag, dear. Supposed to be around here, but they move, don't they? Maybe. Keeping track of that. Not move, excuse me. They have so many places they can be, and as they're eliminated in one place in the respawn time, they come up in another. I would hope it works that way. I could be wrong. But it's how it was explained when we had the mega multiple deer. Of course, I'll explain again. You see the stuff under my feet. This world, I wonder if that was the best idea to have, you know, the foot effects. It'd be great if we have snow. Does snow have to wait till nanite and voxel seasons? That 5.7 really didn't talk about seasons. 5.6 Unreal was about water. Well, water was one of the big features. A lot of controls on water, which I usually just mention as a 5.5 collaboration. But that's just because I really don't know. My mouse is too fast. So I really don't know when the water came in. But I first started seeing people really proclaim it and proclaim how nice it was and start working with it when 5.6 was, you know, announced, and that was months ago. There's a bunch of deer over here. Dr. Flint arrows doing a bit of good damage. Yeah, a couple of arrows will nearly bring down a creature to a one-shot. Just not sure if it's worth the experience exchange, you know what I mean? Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I had to hit E. Now you can see that was a, you know, there's supposed to be two deer right there. I like the fact there's not just, well, you know, here's number 6, here's number 7. It's better that it's not that way. Although those deer are there commonly. There's usually 2 more right here. So I have to go, okay, well, that changes things. Big deal. Ooh, gas. That's a beautiful game. And so I didn't run up and say, hi, how you doing? That's a nice place you have. Yada, yada, yada. Other people will. That's just how the differences are. I really don't bug people. There you go. Well, come on. I had time to shoot you, too. Should have done it. Where's the pheasant? Oh, there's another one. I'm going to put an arrow on his butt. Alright, well, you know. Nice pose. That's an official shot, you know. I am kind of reckless with how much of that spirit I use, but of course here if you get into a... Dang it. I got an arrow marking that spot too. Right. Well, you can see about 5 feathers a pop in order to get a stack and come home and add another stack to your fletching effort. You got to hit 10 birds. So that's 10 groups of birds. If you get one with 2, hey, that's 9 groups of birds. It gets better and better. Where are they? Sure, in the day you can see them better. Ah. Oh, darn it. No, I can't really tell if they're coming at me or going away at night, and there's really no point in knowing. It's not often you'll get a chance to nab one in the woods. I mean, in my case. Don't be hiding under the mushrooms. Are you over here eating mushrooms, you crazy pheasants? They put them on homesteader positions. How's that homesteader thing working out for you? I'm serious. Well, okay, I could promote and demote someone again, or demote someone. I can't really promote anybody to homesteader, can I? Come on, guys. Oh, what is it? Hit it. I'm gonna skin him right in front of you. Yeah, that one. Hit me again. Now, when you're in the dungeon, you know, and you're with your whole clan, it's not really individual performance, it's just making sure you don't die. And that's something you learn. When you're a soloist, you might not know that too well. You might think there's more to it than just slugging away. Well, if you're a healer, I guess there is. But otherwise, you're just slugging away. A lot of things used to happen in, like, WoW dungeons. You know, if you had a clan, that was the best way to run them. Then people were fair to you. And if there were drops that you needed, there were people that cared if you got what you needed. And really, you know, sometimes you'd see favoritism. Sure. How can you avoid it? But often, you know, people, you know, could argue amongst themselves and say, hey, that's not fair. At least you have a clan where people, well, someone might be like, well, you know, Bob has been waiting for it longer than Jess, and so, you know, Bob gets it. And it's like, what do you mean Bob gets it? He sells them. Someone might be able to tell the truth or testify and see there's a little bit of something shaky going on. Of course, that new person has just realized, you know, who they can trust and who they perhaps cannot trust within the clan. This is the issue with clans, isn't it? This is the issue with joining a clan. You have different kinds of empathy. And at an hour and 12 minutes, I'm going to talk about it. For those of you who are here, I just pretty much enjoy myself. But the subject is playing together. And I'm working it over in my head because there are 4 corners of empathy, really. Let me speak for myself. I have high empathy. Wow, no, I don't just give, no at all. But I really think about people. I really, you know, well, no, I don't know their lives, but I know their lives are just as valid as mine. And if they don't think mine is as valid as theirs, that says a lot more about them. And I just find that very interesting. Because everybody's interesting to me. Really. Don't take it personally. Let's go over here. Can I get him? No! Almost. You think if you shoot into a group, they all gotta be flying away. Yeah, hunting him in the forest. There's a deer that I know I'm gonna scare away. Yes. Right in the ankle. That one run away? No, I'm glad we don't get tags on the deer. The birding, some of these guys, yeah, you got to be told, I guess at first, that you are not using arrows that are cool enough. But the deer make it pretty obvious by running away. So I really don't know why we have health bars on the birds. You can see them. I don't think we need health bars. And yeah, the health bars might help you track them. I just haven't seen that tracking is really worthwhile. You know, when I'm in an open field, I can see which way they're going. And you can see which way they're facing before they go. Now, someone was complaining, one turns left, one turns right, it's too predictable, make it random. Somebody was complaining about that. Want too much? Much? I mean, really, that's the last thing I would complain about. There is nothing about the birds. There was kind of an appearance issue, and they changed it. They changed it. One of the geese, I think they were calling it a snake bird. But really, any refinements they do, I don't think need much input at all. They'll do them on their own to make them better, because that's what Mainframe does. And then we can decide whether we like it or not. I personally think Mainframe doesn't have to tell us anything. Maybe they should tell us how many people are playing so we can stop speculating. But maybe that gives the enemy, the opposition, too much knowledge, too much confidence. I don't know. Depends. But empathy. I'm actually what's considered an empath. An empathic person. Might be a mystery to you. Oh. Oh, I'm gonna knock over the bad guy. I know, pretty technical stuff. Hey, if I had a big stinking room. Heck, I don't think Damon Kim had a big room. Neither do I. Dump, 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 dump. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Was I looking at something in particular yet? So, you know, I'm an empath. I'm actually a measured, registered, certified empath by the U.S. military. Very high. Well, higher than anybody else you're going to find around. What does that mean? It means I have a very troubled life. But that's fine. I take very measured empathy toward people, and I deeply consider who they are and who they've been and everything about them. Big deal. Well, the vast majority of people don't do this. And that's just the way it is. Most people are just normal. They have their lives, they do their thing, you know? It isn't a very big deal. Normal empathy is just people saying, oh, okay, that person's sad or that person's happy. I can understand why they are sad or happy. Someone can only say, well, I know what it feels like to be sad or happy, but they can't understand them. And other people don't care. You have all types, of course, when you have humans. And therefore you have all types when you play MMOs. Now, me personally, when I first realized what Pax Dei was going to be, I thought this thing, the predators aren't going to like it. The people who come in and really screw up playing together, they are parasites. They take over every situation, they take over every conversation and insert themselves. Everything is to insert themselves. You don't exist. And, you know, you meet a lot of those people. There are those who give. Some give in order to get. Some give in order to get rid of. They both get offended if you don't take. That's another thing. There are some who don't want anything, no matter what you offer them. They're saying, and they're more like me, let no one say, well, yeah, it doesn't really matter, but some people are like, no, I want to do it all on my own. Later when things are happening, you know, I'll need help, but right now I'm in the beginning. I'm in the noob stage. Oh, really? It hit the tree. No, it kept going. You can see it going and going and going. Maybe the waste. But now for me, it's good practice. Now, if someone walked up to me and said, hey, do you have any, you know, brass axes I can have? Well, I'd say, well, this is a game where we make stuff for money. I'll make sure you're way out there. Oh, no, it wasn't close. It looked cool, though. Haven't I already been by here? Have you noticed? So, I can give many examples of about 100 people that I've met in PAX Dei so far, and it'd be a long and exhaustive list of types. Well, what about you? Yes, speaking for myself, I don't give fish. I'll teach you how to fish. To me, that's a thrill. That if I know how to do something and I can show, it's not about teaching people. Like, here, come here and be taught by me. No, they actually have to help. I don't help people who don't ask, because they must not need help. And have you ever helped a person and they hated you for it? Really? Because they don't want your help. Oh, dang it. They want you to blame. Is that where you are? How can you see me? Gerrit, are you wearing perfume again? Someone might say, well, you have a lot of empathy because you must, because you do these videos for really no regard. In fact, you don't even care if people watch. I'm not sure if that's empathy. That's just facing the facts. Oh, darn it. Douche. That's what I like to do. When I have two deer, it's a lot of fun to catch one on the run because it shouldn't be coming back. I mean, it's kind of sad if they're, oh, it's my mom, you just killed. No, don't do that to yourself. If they had little deer, that'd be unfair. Yeah, there they are, right by the boar. Are they being... the other way. Ah, see, it does. Yeah, see, now having the bars doesn't help because they're not there. And if you're looking there, you focus on one that is meaningless. Meaningless. What? Am I gonna be able to find them all? Dang it, up, up, up. There you go. Those two took off. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Dang. I expect too much. If I take a little bit more time, one more moment, it does a lot better. Let me get you, Mr. Piggy Piggy. That one really overdoes it. Works on the number twos, though. Mostly. No, don't do that. Stop that. Dang it, not far enough. Come here. Two down. And a boar. I know, that's a hell of a way to say good morning. So sure, a little hunting origami. Unraveling. But no matter what kind of empathy, toxic, permissive, over permissive, always the term. It's what Pax Dei is built on. Yes. It's what we depend upon. If you don't feel like you're the missing piece, if you don't feel like you have a place and that someone might be looking for you there, we'll give Pax Dei some time. Because that's really what's going on. They're on the other side, I know it. Oh, yeah. But unfair if I couldn't get them. How many feathers do I have so far? Lovely. Oh, the lovely feathers. Exceptional. Anywho. So, anybody who's watched this far, think of what keeps this game engine, the one we're playing. Think of what keeps it running. It's empathy. Structures that look like sane people have them, and people who give a dang about being the immersion themselves. You're the immersion. You're the player character. There are no non-player. I know this is very confusing for so many people. You know, this game's gonna fail. It's not handing us, you know. Get him, get him, get him. Oh, you're balancing. Disregard extra noises. It's better that way. There's a lot of birds, right? Maybe we should have, you know, seasons would be... Oh, I wish I had arrows right now. This is almost useless right here. Get him, get him. You. Yeah, they all take off. Dang it. Any left? Oh, you guys. Can I get one? No, let's get out of here. You can't do any damage to this dude. Oh. Had to have some adventure. Gerrit, you deserve that for chasing geese. I forgot they were there. Be totally honest. Whoa. Whoa, there's an arrow in your head, Gerrit. Look like a... Never mind. We're not going to say that. People get offended. Because people are ignorant. And they have shallow brain matter. Alright, we're across the bridge? Yes, we're across the bridge. Do. Oh, well, you know, there's a detail. I'm in the home valley. So I do take damage on my goods. But I don't lose anything, which is pretty cool. Though I can go over and get rid of my marker so everybody doesn't have to stare at it and wonder what happened. Or giggle at me. They're gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you. Oh, I should have saved the rush for the bridge. Anyway. I thank you for joining me. This has been D for Play. This has been Gerrit. And we're going back to our little spot. Oh, we got a buck. Because he's a buck. Ba-da-da. But it just keeps on going. We do not really die. It'd be nice if we had to rest. Right? Maybe a little rest. Oh, come on. Dang it. Come here. You can't catch him. Never mind. I'll get him in a minute. You Ted. Nope, can't kick their butts yet. I really just wanted to see what the bronze spear kind of damage doing on the nasty lady, because she's a dirty lady. She's a dirty lady. She's not a nice person. No. Dang it. Oh, hey. Thanks for joining me. No, wrong way. Gerrit, turn around. Zappy. There you go. No, stop. Do that. Yeah, we're still here. Alright, we got, did I forget to skin a bird, or did I get that bird skinned? Yes, 12 minutes and 31 seconds, or did it just say something? Never mind. 2 days, 23 hours, the marker. Interesting, I'll have to look at that closer. I'm not very good at dying. Yeah, you jerks. I know, just a little more. I'm going to be taking Gerrit back to Arcadia. No, not you. Where's your friend? Over there. Jeez. Alright, Gerrit. We're going to be grabbing some berries and some other stuff. Load up on that on our way back. Thank you for joining us in Pax Dei. Thank you for joining Epiousios. These, they take a long time to come up, unfortunately. They do. And I know Billy said he catches them in the morning. And everybody else, you catch when you can. I will be jumping. I was going to do a 7 even today. We'll see if when I call and talk to my mom with the heat, if that changes to an earlier morning, I might get on earlier in the day. Because I'd rather do like 7 at 7. I like it because it's cool and it's fun. While 3 o'clock is even preferred to me, it doesn't work all the time. You've seen me get him. No, I'm not. No, we're slow, aren't we? We're slow. We don't have a lot of stamina. We aren't using the fastest tool. I must have hit the motion blur button. Not you. Alright. Well, Gerrit, let's enjoy the sunshine. You got the power pose. Dun dun dun. You look so dreary. She's like, whatever. Let's go kill stuff. And we will. That's what we do. I love the hunting in Pax Dei. Of course, there's many other huntings to do. Getting out and banging around with the creatures and stuff like that. There's plenty more to come. But I'm going to be honest. I play a very honest review. Some people do the 100-hour review. Some people do the 1,000-hour review. Well, guaranteed it doesn't even have 300. And here we are. Really, this was a fresh start in Selene. Well, no, I did save her character and had gained a couple levels when we first kicked off in full release. So, as you can see, I just got to level 10 in linens. Now I'm going to, well, you can't see. But now I'm going to go home. And I'm going to get out of linens. Of course, I'll be working on the number 2 linens and stuff like that. But I got to get the medium armor on. And I'll go up pretty fast in that too. 10,300 XP is required to breach level 10. So, you know, it is a bit of a project, right? It goes up and up and up and up, doesn't it? I know, Gerrit, it's a thrill. And I thank you guys. Anybody who's trying out Pax Dei, anybody who's checking out these videos, anybody who's just relaxing and listening to me go through whatever subconscious flow. You know, right? It is a flow of consciousness when it comes to Pax Dei. But it's empathy. Is this engine starving? And sometimes it can be flooded. Sometimes there's way too much. Way too much. Sometimes there's way too little. There's a medium ground, and the more people we get, you'll get those people who hang out in the hills and they're like little trolls, right? And then you get those people, man, they are just too freaking happy. You get all kinds. But here we can play together, not in parallel. We're meeting each other. You are you. And the people you meet, no matter what performance art they're pulling off, they are them. I guarantee it. And if they're not, who cares? Just treat them like they are. they'll appreciate it, won't they? Take it easy, guys.